What's up, guys? It's Bryan Ingham with Ingham Realty. Welcome to another episode of Enjoy Living in North Idaho, where I talk about eating, sleeping, drinking, buying real estate, everything North Idaho. If North Idaho interests you, then hit the subscribe button because this is the place to be. Today I'm going to be talking about the town of St. Mary's, the small town with big adventure. Is this a hidden jewel of the gem state? Let's jump right into it and find out. St. Mary's is kind of hidden away. It's not located off a main road. By main roads, I mean like you have the 95 going up north and south through North Idaho, and then you have the 90 going east and west. So this one, you can take the 95 down, but then you got to cut over on the 5, or you can take the 90 east and then cut down on the 3 going through the Chain Lakes area. But it's kind of hidden in its own little spot there. And it's about an hour south of the Coeur d'Alene area, and then a little over an hour and a half to the Spokane Airport area. It's also located where the St. Joe's and the St. Mary's rivers meet together. So it's this valley, this beautiful spot where these rivers converge. The St. Joe is one of the feeder rivers for Lake Coeur d'Alene. So you have the Coeur d'Alene River and St. Joe's where all the water flows into Lake Coeur d'Alene. And the St. Joe is actually 140 miles long. It's a long river and you can navigate it by boat. You can go from Lake Coeur d'Alene way up the St. Joe River. I've done that before by boat, many miles in. It's pretty cool. Beautiful landscape all around. And also when the river meets Lake Coeur d'Alene, you have like a river within the lake. And the St. Mary's River is about 49 miles long. A little bit about the history of St. Mary's. They first built a sawmill in 1889, and then the town was incorporated in 1913. But that's been the main industry in St. Mary's, which employs the people. It's a logging town and has been so for over 100 years. With the St. Joe River there, what they do is take all these logs and then float them on down the river, down Lake Coeur d'Alene, and send these logs to all sorts of places. St. Mary's started out pretty small and it remains so. There's only about 2,500 people there right now. Because there's not a lot of people there, it's a great place to recreate in North Idaho. So there are people that do visit the town, like me. I've gone there many times. They have the rivers that you can navigate, and the St. Joe, if you keep going a ways down, you actually hit some whitewater, and they have some whitewater rafting going on. Besides all the other North Idaho activities like hunting, fishing, hiking, all that good stuff, you also have some really great snowmobile trails in the area. Another thing that attracts tourists to St. Mary's is the events they have. They have this one thing called Paul Bunyan Days towards the end of summer there. Pretty cool. I've been to it a couple times. They have all these different booths they set up and food places on the grass at the ball field there downtown. And then everyone gathers in the evening for a spectacular fireworks show. It's actually one of the best fireworks shows I've seen around. It's like a grand finale, like really long time, just lighting up the whole sky. So if you like fireworks, you should really check it out. They also have something called Race the Joe, which are jet boat races. Haven't been to that, but sounds pretty cool. And then they also have some summer concert series as well. Let's look at the downtown area. So since this town grew like 100 years ago and really hasn't grown since, a lot of the downtown and shopping and all that is pretty old. So you got all these historic looking building. It's really cool downtown, and you got some great shops around. You got some nice restaurants. Haven't eaten at a whole lot of them, but looks like they got some good places there. and they got a supermarket there. So, and they got all kinds of places for all your needs, for cars and all that. Even a hospital. You have the Benawah County Hospital, since St. Mary's is in Benawah County. You're pretty much covered everything you need. Pretty good for a small town of only 2,500 people. You also have some nice parks around town, one of which is also used as the fairgrounds there. And St. Mary's has their own airport, the St. Mary's Airport. So if it's kind of a pain to drive in and out, you can just fly in and out if you got the means to do so. And where else but North Idaho would you see something like this? A raffle to win guns posted on the front of a restaurant here. This place is awesome. If you like what you see so far, stick around. I'm going to show you some of the homes in a minute. But first, if you guys are thinking about moving to North Idaho or a nice small town like St. Mary's, please give me a call, send me a text or email. Would love to answer any questions that you have about these areas. I've been helping people buy and sell real estate for over 20 years now, and I'd just love to guide you. Because St. Mary's is off the beaten path a little bit, it is one of the lowest cost places for homes in North Idaho, with the median price being only $380, and prices range from as low as $115,000 all the way up to $985. Yes, there's still some nice houses out there even in St. Mary's. Another reason prices are lower is you have mostly older homes. They're not building a lot of new homes there, not like, you know, big tracts or anything. Yeah, people buy land and build a house on it, but I'm saying there's not a ton of construction going on in this place. So in the downtown area, you have a lot of these older homes, which, you know, you get one that's fixed up or fix it up. It's a nice place to live. And then also you have some acreage properties. You get out of town a bit and get some good acreage, get yourself a little farm, which is nice. And then you also have some view properties in the hills. And then finally, one of the best things that St. Mary's offers is waterfront. You can get some cheap waterfront living. All these homes along the St. Mary's River and along the St. Joe's River. And there's some really nice homes there at affordable prices for riverfront, to be able to have your own dock and cruise the river right into the Lake Coeur d'Alene and go all the way up to the Spokane River. I mean, you got miles and miles of boatable water right at your fingertips. So what do you guys think? Is this the small town in North Idaho that you've been looking for? If you guys like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. That way you'll be notified of all my new videos when they come out. I'm putting out new videos every week showcasing the whole area of North Idaho. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.